Good morning. It is me again. It's a magnificent Monday morning. And I am here again, just so that you can see my face. I'm fine. I'm okay. I am fine. And today I wanted to talk to people who are my age, specifically people who tell me that they are bored or they are lonely. And I have talked about the subject before, but I think it's worth mentioning again because it is worth mentioning again. First of all, let's talk about loneliness. You're only lonely because you just don't have enough trust in yourself. And it is not too late to begin that quest of self-discovery. It really is not. And the more you find out about yourself is the more you're going to be in love with yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. Trust me. As for being bored, the one thing I would like to talk about is making solar projects if you're bored. Okay? Now, it is true that you're going to tell me, oh, I am too old to learn new tricks, or I'm too old to learn about solar projects. And I'm going to tell you that is not true. That is not true. This solar little project is pretty crude. It is one of those dollar store packet things. And in the dollar store packet things, what I did was I simply made a solar project. And as you can see, inside the solar project is, there it goes, a solar project. And all it is one of those little 5-volt solar panel. And what I have done is I simply, I can't see what's on the camera because it's that sort of camera where I don't have a lens. But I'm hoping that it'll work. So it's in 3 parts, okay? First of all, the first part is one of these little battery component things right here. Hard to open sometimes, but not always. But anyway, inside this little solar pack, it's a 2 AAA rechargeable bulbs. See them? Okay, so I have the 2 AAA rechargeable bulbs in there, and then I have the solar panel, and I'm having a tough time putting this. Okay, then I have the different bulbs, 4 of them. Can you imagine that? 4 of these bulbs that are attached to the solar panel. Now, that's it. So the solar panel is giving out 5 volts. Okay, 5 volts, and all you have to do is to get 5 divide by 3 and you get 1 point something or another. I'm not good at math, but that's it, and that's enough to power all these bulbs right here. So you can see that not only can you make projects with these bulbs, but you will eventually. Now there's something I want to warn you about. This is called a diode, and what you want to do is whatever solar projects you're doing, be sure to put a diode on the panel, because what happens is the panel will send electricity to your bulbs or whatever you're making, or to your batteries if you're going to be using the batteries. And by the way, this little panel, it supplied enough power to the batteries so that my little project here lasted all night. The bulbs remained bright all night. Isn't that interesting? But anyway, back to the diodes. When the sun goes down and there's no more solar for the panels, if you don't have a diode, the electricity from the battery will go back into the panels, and that will eventually ruin your panels. So these diodes are really dirt cheap. So you want to get a pack of them and put them on every single solar panel. Doesn't matter if they say that they have a diode, put one on anyway. It doesn't make any difference, and it doesn't affect anything. It allows power to go one way, but not the other way. You understand? So power will go from the solar panel into the batteries, but will not allow the power to go from the batteries into the solar panel. Well, that's it. If you're really interested, we will make a project together, and then we will talk about developing an interest. Now, remember, every single habit that you have, you had to develop it to begin with. So why not develop the habit of building solar projects? The next thing you know, man, you're going to have a project where your water fountain in your backyard is powered by solar power. Your lights in your gazebo is powered by solar power. There are infinite amount of projects you can do with solar power. Bigger cells, of course, but beautiful projects nonetheless. My wife, she has a table and chair in her backyard, and at night, the solar power, the sun goes down, and the power the table and chairs in her backyard, where she can sit with her friends and have margaritas. What can I tell you? It's fun. It is fun. Anyway, to continue, what I started to say was that my videos are usually very short and to the point, and my motivation is to leave information for my grandchildren, number one, and number two, I want to convey to people in my income bracket. In other words, older people, I'm in my 80s, older people who are very modest in income. I think the unacceptable word these days is I'm talking to poor people who don't make a lot of money and older people who need to occupy their mind. Okay? So having said that, it may not have been politically correct, but I got my point across, didn't I? Here's what I wanted to talk about. Earlier, I talked about solar engineering, and I used the word engineering with an awful lot of liberty, because it's not. It's really like a jigsaw puzzle, except infinitely easier, okay? So the question that have come up in the past is, yeah, but is it practical? Yeah, there are a lot of reasons. For example, if you have a backyard chicken coop, for example, why not put solar lighting in your chicken coop? You know what I mean? Everybody has a Ring doorbell or some other brand of a doorbell. But for the most part, they have to disconnect it every couple of days and recharge the battery. Well, that's not really necessary at all. All you have to do is to attach a 6-volt solar panel to your doorbell. That's it. I haven't changed batteries in my doorbell in months, because what will happen, it goes from the solar panel into the batteries, and that's it, and it stays going. And there are a couple of advantages for this, of course. The very first advantage is that you don't have to conserve on power anymore. You can record every single thing that is happening in your front yard or backyard, because now you have unlimited power. Another practical advantage for having solar power is, for example, in your kitchen. You may want to have a specific light dedicated to solar power in your kitchen. Should the power go out, you have light in your kitchen. I'm showing you an example of my kitchen all lit up, and by the way, my kitchen is not very neat, but that's okay. So my kitchen is all lit up with a 12-watt LED lamp. That's right. And with a 12-watt LED lamp, it's very simple to attach it to a solar power, right? solar power, and should the power go out, you use your kitchen, your solar light in your kitchen. There are a lot of practical reasons for having solar power. One that I can think of right top of my head is to have a charge station in your house powered by a 12-volt solar battery and maybe a 100-watt solar panel. And the principles are all the same. 100-watt solar panel with a 12-volt battery gives you 8.3 amps or something like that. More than enough to power your tablet and to recharge your phone should you lose power. It's another practical reason. So, while I have your attention, I just want to bring up two other points, okay? Somebody asked me the other day, is everything perfect in your life? No, it's not. I wish that one of my friends would win the lotto, and then they could help me to pay off all my debts that I have for all the camera equipment that I have. And the other thing that I wish I was not a one-man operation. In other words, I wish I had somebody who lived close to me who are interested in shooting pictures and making videos. And I say that for very selfish reasons. They could help me setting up the cameras. They could be the B-roll camera operator when I go in for close-ups. There are infinite amount of things that I could teach them with the understanding that they're going to surpass me. But I have no such person who lived close to me to be a student and for me to mentor. I just wish desperately I had someone like that. But anyway, that's all I had to say for today. It's a magnificent Monday, so you have a super wonderful day.